Hello everybody, Daniel again from ImFromGawler. We're here again at the gorgeous Apex Park, and just to let you know again where we are, we're on the street that runs parallel to Murray Street, so we're kind of behind the main street. Now last time we were here we were talking to Paige from Oak for Autism, and she just gave us a rundown on what her plans are for this place as far as having some communication boards up for the non-verbal. So we're catching up today with a councillor today, one of your elected members, to just explain the process. So he'll be here today just to let us know how it came from Paige's idea to being fully implemented over the next few weeks. So here we are with Councillor Nathan Shanks.
How are you going?
And he's the man that's trying to get all this going. So we'll have a quick chat to him, show you a bit around the park, and just let you know the process of how it all came to be.
Okay, so I'm just here to talk you through a bit of background on how we got to where we are, especially around these communication boards. Myself, as an elected member, I thought there was a bit of a gap between community sentiment and maybe what council administration are doing and carrying out on a day-to-day basis. What Paige has done is a perfect example of what's possible by reaching out to your elected members. It all started with her coming up with an idea and just bringing some of her life experiences into the forefront of the chamber. She reached out, we ended up having a bit of a quick coffee, and she talked me through inclusive play equipment, council areas that are doing it, and how our council area is not.
Safe to say something you hadn't looked into before and didn't know much about?
It is strange because I'm a bit embarrassed to say that I haven't had too much to do in this space, but having a 3-year-old, well, nearly a 4-year-old, I do use these playgrounds quite regularly. However, I don't necessarily need any communication boards or things like that. But it makes perfect sense to have these sorts of additions to our council area, because although my wedge may not need these sorts of things, there are members in the community that do. So it makes perfect sense to implement them here as other local councils have. Just meeting up with Paige, I got a bit of an understanding, I guess, of her expectations and what works for her family and her network. So we thought a great place to start with these communication boards. Now I've learned a lot. I've had a bit of a crash course on the old picture exchange communication boards. It's been great to learn, to be honest. We see these things getting rolled out in some schools around the place. Bringing it more into the everyday use, I think, is a good thing. So yeah, after a bit of talk with Paige, we figured out a bit of a game plan, and I actually ended up contacting a sign writer that I use in my work, and they've been working great together with Kira Stone, a speech pathologist here in Gawler, who is all over this sort of stuff. It's been quite good. We got a unanimous decision to install PEC boards or communication boards in all fence play areas here in the town of Gawler. So that's going to be rolling out over the next couple of months, Apex being our first. And then we've also got the one at Redbanks Road. I think there's one in Springwood. We've got one coming in Aspire Estate, another little venture that I was sort of advocating for the people there, but now this actually all ties in together. As Paige and I completely agree, this is the first step to bringing us back more online with some of the neighbouring councils. And a ratepayer like Paige that takes the time as a young mum and comes and meets with me, phone calls, emails, gives me examples on communication boards, puts me into contact with her speech pathologist, really talks me through. She even did a presentation when we moved the motion to actually make all this happen. And she's there, she's prepared this slideshow. I mean, she was so nervous, but gee, she presented so well. You know, you bring something like this to your elected member, who's going to know more? Is it going to be your elected member, or is it going to be you? This is this first step. And what this leads to, and what sort of level of inclusivity that you know, Paige and people like Paige call out for, I think yeah, it's a very, very good, powerful thing, and it's all Paige is doing. In the weeks coming, we're going to have communication boards on at least one of our playgrounds, and then the more to come to bring us online with neighbouring councils. But these ideas coming through to me makes perfect sense, and I'm more than happy to assist. I do have those pet things that I'm trying to achieve on council, but you know, I'm not going to achieve everything that a ratepayer wants unless they come and communicate their problems, because you know, every suburb in Gawler has their own items.
So Paige has come to you with an idea, presented it to council. It's gone through council, the motion has passed. So where are we at now?
Kira Stone, who's a local speech pathologist who I mentioned before, she's working in partnership with the town of Gawler and our sign writer, Dynamic Signs, another local business here in the town. Now what's going to happen is they're going to go out for community consultation, and it's just really to get the vibe, you know, just going, look, these are the signs that we're thinking about putting up, and even though those that may not know what they are, reach out. Here's your chance to have a look, have a say. I think the period's going to go for about 3 weeks. There's going to be a QR code over here on the fence next week with a mock sign. People can go in and scan, and then it will take you to the communication, the survey that you'll answer some questions. After 3 weeks, I think they're going to collate all that data, and if there is any changes, if not, you'll probably just see the sign is exactly the same as the example. Once that happens, the sign writer, Todd's assured me that he'll be able to knock them up pretty quickly, so 5 or 7 days we'll see that sign there, and it will be there for as long as it lasts.
As far as the communication boards go, this has been a bit of a learning experience for yourself?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I take my daughter to playgrounds every weekend, as much chance as I get, and as much as I love the ones in Gawler, we do get out of Gawler, believe it or not. There are these things in other playgrounds that now I'm seeing, and now I'm looking at them and I'm going, well, how did they do that? You know, what? Oh, that would be a good addition at the one in Springwood, or you know, Red Banks Road would be good with one of these here. Even just getting me and my mind ticking over on a personal level has been fantastic. My mum is a teacher at Hewitt Primary, and she has dealt with these things all her career, and she's seen the evolvement in information and education around autism and other needs, and you know, even just having the conversations with her, I'm starting to ask the right questions. It's been really educational, and will definitely assist with how I pass on some of this education even to my daughter. So yeah, it's been quite good.
Well, there you go, guys. A quick catch up with Nathan here, just to let us know the process and where we're at as far as the communication boards go. So you can catch myself here at ImFromGawler on Facebook, and you can catch me on Instagram at DJD79, and you can catch Nathan here.
Yeah, just on my Facebook page, Councillor Nathan Shanks, and on my webpage, nathanshanks.com.au. Just remember, reach out.
Thanks again, Nath. Appreciate your time, and we'll catch you guys next time. Hopefully we'll have the boards up. See ya. Encourage that. So moving back to the communication boards, this happened last time. Okay.
While we're on it, that kookaburra over there is pretty cool.
Oh wow.